It's not Mike's fault.
Hey, welcome to my last NAMM cast, at least for this year. I did see a few more things on Sunday, and I was planning on just really being cruel, but I decided, well, actually, I didn't really decide. The people at NAMM told me to stop being so mean. Anyway, here's a few things that I saw. First, I ran into Steve Ferroni. I mean, if you don't know who he is, just from looking at him, then, look him up. Educate yourself. Won't kill you. Anyway, he just kept saying weird stuff to me. As far as I know, see, there you go. Then, there's a picture of Jamie playing those upright bass guitars. I wish he'd just bloody buy one already. Quit playing them. Every year he plays one and he never buys one. See, there you go. And now for some innovative products. Ready for this? This is from LP, Latin Percussion. So much easier. I mean, you could have your other hand free to play one of these. There, got a little trigger on it. And then I'm walking by and I see this cool amplifier. And I'm like, wow, that's pretty trendy and retro. And then all of a sudden, boom, it's a Randall. How did this happen? Anyway, check it out. There's a whole bunch of this little combo and a really tiny one, big old master volume and a VU meter on there. Awesome. Then I went to see what was new over at the ZVEX booth. They're a really cool pedal company that make interesting and unique things. He has this thing called the Inventa Box, which is basically, you open it up and wire it up with different stuff and whatever little bits and pieces he gives you in the kit, and make your own pedal. Make it do exactly what you want. It's kind of like a old-fashioned analog synth that you can just kind of tweak on your own. If you want to see more about that, I did like a whole thing. He gave me the whole spiel for like 10 minutes. So that's also on the same YouTube account if you want to know more about the Inventa Box. Check it out. And then this was one of the coolest things I saw at the show. There's a thing called Jamlink. What it does is it's a little internet device that hooks up directly to your router and gives you the ability to basically jam with people. Like right here, they show these guys jam with a guy in San Francisco, and they're here in Anaheim. And you put in your audio, whatever you want to push out, and it goes to all the other guys, and they can mix it. And then you can hear yourself and them, or you can hook up a microphone if you want, or hook it up to a mixing console, whatever you want to do. But apparently the technology is pretty good, and even when they were trying to rehearse with somebody, like in Europe, I think it was like a 40 millisecond delay, which is probably enough to make practicing a little difficult, but it's not impossible. And if you're just trying to get your structures of your songs together, that would probably work. So it'll be a really interesting tool for some folks. This is the Korg SV-1. I thought you might want to get to hear what it sounds like. So here's some of the different sounds that it can do.
You vibe. And that's the SV1.
Awesome. And here is my favorite thing from NAMM this year. Like I said, this might not matter much to you, but it matters to me. This is from Joeco. This is called the Black Box, and it is basically a one space rack unit that records 24 channels of analog audio directly out of the inserts on the back of a console. There's no special computer, there's no nothing. It just writes files directly to a USB drive no problem, no hassle. And every time you hit the record button while it's rolling, it'll start a new set of tracks if you want. That's what I'm doing there. And not only record the whole show through the inserts, but because it's done as insert points, you can play it back into the console while you're mixing, even after the band's gone, or maybe you did a sound check, and get your EQs and your settings and your effects, and it sounds identical to whatever's coming off the microphones. Every bar in America needs one of these. You could sell tracks to every band that walks through the door. It's like, oh, and you basically just hand them the files and they walk away on a flash drive or something. So go get one of these. So the price will come down and I can afford one. Yep, some things aren't as they seem at NAMM. A lot of weirdness going on Sunday. I came across this group of folks just kind of like looking up, and I thought, what, is there somebody famous up on the balcony up there? Oh no, they're just watching football. There's no accounting for taste on this planet. We all are into whatever we're into. But there are things that bug me about the rock and roll. So here's a few. Now, some people dress up funny because it's their thing. I mean, this brother is famous for looking like that. And I think that's awesome. That's fine. Slash wears his hat. Actually had a different hat on this year. All the guys in line waiting to get his autograph had his old hat on. I thought that was really funny. And he was like, he had a line of like 4,000 people still waiting to see him. And he's like, I'm out of here. And he totally bailed. But, when you start seeing the pointy guitars and the leopard skin, there's something not right. I mean, check this dude out, just like cruising through the booth with leopard or tiger pants on. Really? What is that all about, bro? And I think this maybe is his brother. I mean, I know, not everyone's going to have beautiful hair. I mean, we're all stuck with what we've got, but really? The Superman curl? And then there was this thing. I planned on taking a picture of this, but then I realized that they did realize what that face looked like, so I don't really have to say it. And then, of course, there's all the girls with this whole thing about guitars and hot chicks. I just don't really understand it. And they were selling booze anyway. Had nothing to do with guitars at all. So whatever. And here's a company that really should reconsider its name. I think a name change is well in order. Wouldn't you agree? I mean, I don't really get it. You've got the coffin-shaped guitars, but with the added bonus of half-naked girl in plastic faux leather, get up. Who does that appeal to exactly? It has nothing at all to do with songs. And then, of course, here's the gallery of pointy, ugly guitars. Oh, and guitars with giant, donkey phallus sticking out the top. Why? You don't want to be seen with that on stage. You really don't. Especially when it's sparkly. Oh. And then you've got the Demented Collection. Oh, yeah. It's demented. Girls with flames and bones and flowers and, somebody's backbone. Oh, and these aren't even all made by the same people. These are all different booths I'm looking at. And skulls and death and chainsaws. I'm gonna kill you guitar. I mean, the guitar that looks deadly. And then there's the guitars that are just silly. And you're thinking all the work went into these suckers. I mean, the ornate designs and all the crazy inlay, cutting all those mirrors up and work just right, and cutting out the giant flame guitar. I mean, why? Who would want to be seen playing one of those? I just don't understand it. Yeah, don't mean to be a negative Nancy, but I just don't understand that stuff. Anyway, that's pretty much all I have to show you, so thank you for wading through this entire series of nonsense, if you've gotten this far, and I will see you next year if the sun doesn't cook us all in the meantime, or whatever. It's over! Yeah.